All right, my friends, welcome back to the channel. We got another video for you today. I'm super excited about this. This is a first-timer, beginner, rookie, whatever you want to call it, app spree that turned into almost $120,000. And we're going to cover the whole thing from start to finish, very detailed. So if you are just starting your journey with your credit funding, then this is going to be a great video for you. All right, let's dive into it. So let's start at the beginning. The primary accounts was PayPal, so Synchrony. And she had seen the videos that we'd published on the channel talking about exposure to Synchrony and the arbitration clauses and all these people basically just complaining in the comment section that one day they woke up with, they had perfect payment history, never late, et cetera, huge limits with Synchrony. One day woke up and the limits were gone. So that triggered her to want to make a change. So she had a MasterCard with 18,000, PayPal credit for 79, Discover IT for 3,000, some Cap One cards, an Apple card, and a Cred One card. So you can see this is very much I just came out of subprime rebuilding type scenario into now let's get prime credit. Let's go for that first big app spree, which we talk about quite a bit, which you can get anywhere from $60,000 to maybe $150,000 depending on what you're going for, including auto loans and stuff like that. So this is very good. And then some recently closed accounts, there's an Indico on there, there's a Fortiva, Cred One. Again, these are all pretty much crappy, horrible accounts, high annual fees, 30% APRs, if not higher, really low limits. She had a $300, a $1,500, and a $650 limit. I mean, come on, what are you gonna use with that? You can use $65 on that. That's that. And now just wait till you see what she got. It was great. So 760s-ish credit scores, over six-figure earner, and no inquiries until this app spree. And I think there's like 3 or 4 off of this app spree, maybe 5, but overall really well to where she could go back in 6-8 months and do another one if she wanted to. And then there's definitely some opportunities and some things that she's gonna go back for as well. So, all right, let's start at the top. What happened first was a Redstone HELOC, which I have no clue what that amount was, didn't share it, don't care. So that's the first inquiry, the first credit union, bank, etc. that they went to was Redstone. The very first credit card was Chase, and this is a great place to start. Regardless, 3, 4, 5 by 24, whatever you're sitting at, you really want to go for Chase first. And that is new accounts over the last 24 months. You can't usually be over 5 new accounts over the last 24 months. That is the Chase rule. There's ways around it. Obviously, if you deposit big amounts of money, they tend to flex. If it's business versus personal, there's ways through it. And then sometimes they just flat out ignore it. They'll ignore store cards sometimes, but for the most part, this is kind of their rule. So you always want to start out at Chase if that is an ecosystem that you want to go into, right? If you don't care, then fine, don't do it. But Chase is a great place to start. So Chase Sapphire Reserve, or CSR, $18,000 starting limit. Experian was $765 at the time. So what's funny about this is that they literally copied her highest comparable credit, which was the PayPal MasterCard at $18,000. They do that a lot, man, to the point to where it's like, you got a $52,000 card with somebody and they'll match it to, they'll match that same exact thing. I've seen this now many times. So pretty funny. Chase does use comparable credit quite a bit. So if you've got a high limit card and your profile looks good, right? Juicy, no inquiries, no recent action, good AAOA, and they'll juice you up for the max. And that's exactly what they did here. So applied within a few hours, they got an inquiry alert and then basically immediately got an email from Chase saying that welcoming them and then getting the information on the starting limit. So yeah, 18,000, that's a big one. And pretty much at that point, they were done. They were like, hey, I'm good. I've replaced now the Synchrony card. I could stop here and I'd be completely happy. Obviously, the app spree videos and the community got the best of them and they continued. So next was NASA. So this is NASA, like the space, which we don't usually have that much information on NASA, which is interesting. So this was really great that we got to see this. So they got NASA FCU Platinum Advantage for 20,000 next, but this was a denial. And so they actually overturned this denial with a reconsideration letter. And I got to see the letter, I'm not gonna share it, but it was really well stated and pretty much was like exactly what you wanna say and how you wanna do it and handle it. Provided a recent bank statement, provided like proof of address as well. I think they want a utility bill or something like that. They'll ask you for what they want and essentially overturned it, which is pretty incredible. I've never ever heard of somebody overturning a denial for NASA. If you have, I'd love to hear from you in the comments section below. So yeah, Platinum Advantage, 20,000. Tried for the PLOC, I think it was like a week or so later and they got denied. So, but it was worth a shot, right? Because we always say like, hey, if you're gonna go with a credit union and you're gonna get a credit card and you're already there, you might as well try and get a PLOC too, because PLOCs are amazing tools to help, buffer expenses and grow and start side hustles, all the fun stuff, right? So anyways, that was number 2. So now we're at what, 38,000 that we've gotten. Again, she's to the moon, feeling great. And then next up was University CU. So this is ucu.org, which is a weird one. Like when you go and search this out, you're gonna get a lot of other noise and a lot of other, obviously, credit unions because there's so many something university credit unions. So yeah, just be careful with this one. It's ucu.org. Great credit union, $25,000 starting limit there, instant approval. I had the credit union for just a couple weeks, no relationship, no direct deposit, nothing. They think that they tend to focus on the profile. Also asked about the $50,000 PLOC and they said, no, but come back in 6 months. So they're definitely gonna do that. So I mean, there's another 50K on the table right there. And we're still not blown out with our amount of inquiries or new accounts on the profile, so they should be just fine getting that PLOC in 6 months. Use the card, season it well, use it a lot, make lots of micro payments, micro payment every single week, something like that. Even big banks like to see this. So that's usually the playbook to do it. At minimum, you need to be making a couple extra payments during the month, never just the minimums. Don't run a huge limit and let it sit there for months and months and months. If you're gonna use a limit and run it up, pay it all down. Those are the ways to set yourself up really well for additional credit funding at an institution, right? Okay, 2 last notes here. You can double dip products within 30 days and they did not pull check systems for membership. It was a soft pull on Experian to join. That's all you're gonna get. The rest is for members only. Okay, next, Navy Fed. Navy Fed Platinum, 11,700. I think they wanted the sub on this, the 0%, and they didn't get it. So we're gonna come back to that in just a couple minutes, but yeah, solid starting limit. Platinum is a great card. It's a low APR card. So if you're gonna carry some debt for a little while, good place to, park it would be there. Next was Langley FCU. Got the cashback credit card, 10,000. Got the PLOC, 10,000. I've got screenshots as well, so you're probably seeing those as I'm talking, but there's literally a screenshot for everything, which is great for this. Okay, the biggest thing with Langley is that was the double dip. So that's still on and working. 1 hard pull, 2 credit products, amazing. Okay, so that was essentially the end, and they thought they were done. That was 94,700, I think that brings us to. And then they wanted a 0% APR card for 12 months, 15 months, something like that, right? And so they went back and they got a Coastal CU credit card for 25,000 with the 0% APR, balance transfers for 12 months. And they were only a member for 3 weeks. No direct deposit, no nothing. So there you have it, $119,700. You saw the screenshots. Hopefully this, again, inspires you and motivates you to get moving if you haven't already. Even if you're in a rebuilding phase, trust me, put in the time now, get this done, and go to the well and get your credit funding so that you can start to break out into your own ventures, whether that's real estate, entrepreneurialism, whatever you want to do, man. It is the credit product and the credit system in America. There's nothing like it in the world. So yeah, amazing, 120,000-ish. They're not even sitting on that many inquiries. It's not like they blew out their credit to go and get this. So they could go back in another 6 months and maybe get another 50 to 100. And then, we haven't even talked about auto loans or anything else like that. So there's definitely a lot of room to go back and get more if needed or if necessary, right? But yeah, I think a great first time out. This is one of the best examples I think we have of somebody going out and getting credit funding for the first time. And here's what they did. They joined the Discord, which again, shameless plug. It's $29.99 a month though. So that's like what, $1 a day? And they watched all the AppsFree videos, which we've got a ton of AppsFree videos for free on the channel. We've covered now other AppsFree videos where people went out and got, one guy went out and got $300,000 off of our free videos. The stuff works. Obviously, we shoot videos like this. We're giving you the up-to-date data points and in the trenches information that you need to know. We're not recycling old crap that doesn't work. And yeah, you can obviously do similar to what she just did. Went out and got a ton of credit, completely changed her profile, her life, probably, I hope. And yeah, off of free videos on the YouTube channel. I mean, what a world to live in. If you like this video or if you got something to say, comment below. And while you're here, watch more videos. It really helps with the algorithm. So we got to get more people seeing these videos, and obviously share this with a friend or somebody if you think that it will directly benefit and impact them. And that's it for this one. We'll catch you in another video. Thanks so much. See ya.